अवसानकालेपि अंतिम-अवसानकाले त्रिदेशोऽपि Vivekananda taught the Siddhanta only to his students. It is documented, it is taught. So, with that clarion call of Swami Vivekananda, let us take that message. All Sanskrit Bharati people proceed further. Shubhamastu, Jiya, Girvana Bharati.
For some very nice messages about Sanskrit being universal. May we now request Pujya Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji to please deliver address the gathering with the Sakshya.
Hari Om. भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यसेम देवहितैर्यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। श्री रामचंद्र भट्ट महोदय, प्रभाकर महोदय और बाकी सब जो संस्कृत अनुरागी हैं, मुझको संस्कृत में पूरी बोलने को नहीं आती, इसलिए भारतीय भाषा जो हिंदी है, हिंदी में थोड़ा बोल सकते हैं और उसमें ही हमारा संस्कृत की आराधना हो सकती है, क्योंकि वो ये बहुत लज्जित अवस्था है कि हमको जो संस्कृत हमारा जो मातृभाषा भारतीय भाषा बोलते हुए भी और भारतीय संस्कृत भाषा जो संस्कृत होते हमको हमारा जो शिक्षण या हमारा जो व्यवहार संस्कृत में नहीं हो सके, इसलिए हमने वो जो इंग्रेजी प्रथा था, आंग्ल भाषा की प्रथा में हमने आ गए हैं। इसलिए जो अभी तो कोई अंग्रेजी प्रचलित है और उसका जो अभ्यास या रूढ़ी नहीं होने के कारण वो संस्कृत की समझ सकते पूरे, परंतु जो व्यवहार में बोलचाल में थोड़ा अटक जाती है, इसलिए मैंने हिंदी में बोलने के लिए थोड़ा सा नज़दीक संस्कृत नज़दीक जा सकते और आंग्ल भाषा होने से क्या होगा, हम ऐसे दूरी रह जाते हैं संस्कृत से, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ। और जैसे डॉक्टर महोदय बोल रहे थे, संस्कृत भाषा दो कारणों से वे उसका महत्व या संस्कृत भाषा की जो अपनी एक स्थान है सब भाषाओं में। पहले उन्होंने बोला कि संस्कार निर्माण होती है और वो संस्कार निर्माण बहुत वैज्ञानिक युक्त उन्होंने बताया कि जैसे संस्कृत भाषा उच्चारण, उदाहरण लीजिए आप जो भी संस्कृत शब्द आप लिए, संस्कृत शब्द लेने से उसमें विच्छेद पद विच्छेद होता है, तो पद विच्छेद करने से धातु और उसकी में धातु आती है, तो धातु से फिर चिंता करने से वो मूल आदि शक्ति या आत्मा हम जो बोलते हैं या दैवी शक्ति चैतन्य के नजदीक जाती है ना, उसकी भास हो जाती है। इसलिए पदच्छेद में धातु और उसकी प्रक्रिया जोड़ दी जाती है। इसलिए संस्कृत भाषा उन्होंने जो बताया कारण दो कारण बताया। पहले वो संस्कृत से संस्कार निर्माण होंगे। संस्कार में हमारा हालचाल हमारा जो बिहेवियर जो बोलते इसमें बहुत परिवर्तन होती है। हमारा बिहेवियर या हालचाल बोलना चलना फिरना हमारा व्यवहार हमारा जो दैनिक कार्य उसमें परिशुद्धता आती है, वही संस्कार है। इसलिए उन्होंने कारण बताया कि हमारा जो 72,000 the nerves all over the body. So they vibrate certain wavelength. So those wavelengths create an atmosphere around us, and that atmosphere is very pure and holy. That's why it creates samskar or the habit or the second nature, what we call it is created by that. That's why the Sanskrit is the first reason he told that it creates samskar. That means all our endeavors, all our behavior, all our actions, all our the day-to-day activities become pure. So they lead us to the healthy relationship. They lead us to the good understanding. That's why it is a good samskar. And second one, he told it is the samyak jnana. That is, samyak jnana means it gives the knowledge of our true nature. जो हम आत्मविद्या बोलते हैं, जो आत्मविद्या के नजदीक में लेके जाती है, ये वही है सम्यक ज्ञान। संस्कार और सम्यक ज्ञान दो कारण उन्होंने बताया। इसलिए this Sanskrit language we must study, and it is even simple word Om. Om is a word. It contains all of you know Om, 3 letters it contains. If you utter this Om, they say the sanctity from fruit, and also it has got very uses the energy, because the vocal, the sound box in our throat, it completely exercise, it completely utilized, it completely made to work by uttering the word Om. That's why it creates an energy, a special energy in us. That energy makes our body active and will be very positive energy comes out of it. That's why that is the Sanskrit is a simple one word example I told. Like every word, any word you take, Gachati, one word is there. Gum is a dhatu. So that gum, it gives several meaning, and this meaning it contains, even if you go on analyzing, it takes us towards the Bhagavan or the Atman or the Brahman. Gam Gachati. So because of that only we have to study Sanskrit, and with that one ये बोलते बोलते आ जाते हैं। इसलिए हम कोशिश, मैं वही बोल रहा था, प्रोफेसर महोदय को बोल रहा था, आप संस्कृत में बोलने की कोशिश करें। जो भी अभी जो निरूपण कर रहे थे, उन्होंने इंग्लिश में करने की वजह में तो संस्कृत में कोशिश करना, नहीं तो लिख लेना, लिख के कोशिश करते प्रयत्न करते करते आ जाता है। ऐसे कुछ नहीं, भाषा बोलते बोलते भाषा आ जाती है और कुछ नहीं। अब इसका ये तो व्यवहार करना चाहिए। जब ज़्यादा जब व्यवहार करेंगे, उपयोग करेंगे, ज़्यादा उसको आप यूज़ करते जाएंगे तो अपने पा जाते। हम इसलिए उसको थोड़ा सा रोक देते, इसलिए वो रुक जाता है। ये रोकना नहीं, उनको जितना उनको उतना प्रयत्न करना चाहिए। इसलिए संस्कृत भारती ने बहुत प्रयास कर रहे हैं और उन्होंने बहुत जगह में इसका केंद्र खोल के संस्कृत की भाषा के ज्ञान आप सबको दे रहे हैं। आप सभी इसकी बहुत अभिरुचि से इसको सीख रहे हैं। ये बहुत आनंद की विषय है और हमको बहुत आनंद हुआ। और आपने ये संस्कृत भाषा जो कार्यक्रम जो करता है, इसलिए आप सबको रामकृष्ण मठ आंध्र की तरफ से धन्यवाद और श्री रामचंद्र भट्ट महोदय को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। नमस्कार।
धन्यवाद Pujamurthy Swamiji.
Hari Om Sarvabhya. Raja Dr. Bhamadya is Hichidaswasla Asti Vaisna Ati Vayamati Gurmaham. So he wants to leave. So let's give him a standing ovation. Thank you, Bhamadya. Thereafter, the PowerPoint presentation by Shati Kiti, the Rami Sikuma.
Yoga is the root word Yujir Yoge. It means the union of body, mind and soul from a conscious level moving on to superconscious level. This yoga is a self-realization, and the yoga is a state of conscious mind. So when we talk about this yoga is a self-realization and a consciousness, everything comes with a root word of Yujir, and we are always being in conscious level even in any situation of our life, and then we will always move on to a spiritual, conscious, universal conscious level. Yoga talks about the yoga chitta ruddhi nirodha. Yoga chitta ruddhi nirodha. So this is what we do. It stands for Sanskrit meaning. The word from Sanskrit chitta is mind. Vritti is fluctuation. Nirodha is restraint or suppression. Suppression does not mean that we have to suppress all emotions. So with the yoga, we will be able to even control any kind of suppression or the emotions. So we will be able to manage everything. But then again, it all starts from Sanskrit. So we are connecting how yoga is, the root is always through Sanskrit. And the next one is Samatvam Yoga Yuchyate. It's a Sanskrit which stands for evenness. Evenness is we take the failure and success equally. And the next goes with Atha Yoga Anusandhanam, that is discipline. We bring in a lot of discipline in our life, and every sentence is formed in Sanskrit for yoga. Yoga is one of the Shaddarsanas. The Shaddarsanas, Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa and Vedanta. And yoga is the scripture, it is happen to be in Sanskrit. So Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the Patanjali is the sage, it's not something to do with Ramdev Baba. Everybody connects Patanjali as Ramdev, but he is a sage who wrote yoga, and he gave us yoga in scriptures in Sanskrit to our yoga world, universally accepted today. So we talk about yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya chavaidhyakena patanjalim pranjalim radhatosmin yopakarotam pravaram muninam. So it means Patanjali, the sage Patanjali is a person who gave us yoga, and Padena Vacha, he is the first person to give a grammar in Sanskrit language, and he is also written for our Malam Sharirasya is for the Vaidya, the medical science in Ayurveda. Patanjali is the founder of yoga philosophy, the school of yoga philosophy. The Patanjali Yoga Sutras consist of 195 aphorisms, and it's available in Sanskrit. So, which is we can refer to 1935 Vyasa in It's the Patanjali Yoga Sutra is the most translated ancient Indian text, and it is done in 40 Indian languages and 2 non-Indian languages. So, to know the in-depth of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it is very important we start off with Sanskrit. So it always says that the Sanskrit is base of all scriptures. So connect to Sanskrit. The yoga has 4 parts. Today we talk about only the yoga as asana and meditation. But the yoga consists of 4 parts. One is Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Raja Yoga, the control of mind. Karma Yoga, the path of action. Bhakti, the path of devotion. The Jnana, the knowledge of self-knowledge. Swadhyaya. So this Raja Yoga is also in a common term we can talk about the willpower. The Karma Yoga, doing our duties without having any expectations. Bhakti Yoga, surrender to the super conscious or the supreme God. And the Jnana Yoga, moving on to the Vedanta level of our increase or improve our knowledge in Vedas. So Bhagavad Gita, we all talk about Bhagavad Gita today, and then we read the translated Bhagavad Gita from different persons. But then the in-depth of Bhagavad Gita, which is in Sanskrit, and this is the book which gives you an example for Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, where the Krishna plays a role of Yogeshwara Krishna. Sage Patanjali talks about the Ashtanga Yoga, where today's yoga is about, we only think of asanas and the pranayama, the maximum is meditation, and everybody wants to do meditation without even improving our asanas and pranayama. But the Ashtanga Yoga, as per Patanjali, so we have to follow certain rules or regulations or discipline in our life. The first one goes to Yama, rule, the Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. So we talk about non-violence, truth, non-stealing, and the Brahmacharya does not mean that everybody has to become a sannyasi. It means having a disciplined married life or a disciplined life. The Aparigraha, we are possessive about everything in our life today, from a small gadgets to everything. So here we talk about being non-possessive about any materialistic or emotional. So we can move on to a superconscious level. The next one is Niyama, purity, which we have to follow, the contentment, being content in whatever we have, and tapas is follow the austerity, and swadhyaya. So we have to move on to a self-study where we can understand and not depending on anyone for the studies or improve our knowledge. The last one goes to Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender to the super Ishvara. So whoever is your, they talk about our Guruji in Yasrasari, he talks about always finding your own Ishtaravata. So if you have an Ishtaravata, or he always says find your Ishtaravata, it could be a Guru or the Ishvara or the Vishnu or the Krishna. So where we can surrender ourselves to Ishvara. The next one goes to asana. The asana is Sthiram Sukham Asanam. It means any asana where we are performing, we have to be comfortably performing without pushing ourselves too much, or initially we might have to give a small push where we can reach that level where we can sit or stand for a couple of seconds or a minute for some time to reach a meditation level. And pranayama, as per the Raghavendra Bhaji Acharya ji was talking about, it activates, the Sanskrit activates the 72,000 nadis. Here, the pranayama activates the 72,000 nadis. So the Sanskrit and yoga goes hand to hand. And pratyahara, rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic. Here, we talk about tamasic food. It does not mean that it's only something to do with non-vegetarian. So it's even the refrigerated food, or even the rajasic food does not mean that we are a vegetarian. So we will eat 20 puris at a time, or move on to a lot of deep fry at a time. So that is again comes under rajasic. The sattvic is hitamita ahara. It's like we will have a limited food, and as per we are required, how much ever it is required for us, for our body, to keep ourselves healthy. Then we will move on to the meditation, where the dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, all these words, everything, the ashtanga, the complete ashtanga yoga, the root is everything from Sanskrit. Dharana and dhyana and samadhi. The first level of meditation is dharana, where we take the support of observing our breath, or having a mantra, chanting, or thinking of our Ishtadevata. Then once we move on to just to stop our thought process, the next one will move on to a dhyana. Dhyana, we move on from dharana level, where we don't need any support, and the samadhi is you're absolutely in Anandamaya kosha, or the super conscious level. Surya Namaskara, as everybody knows, the yoga is the first thought comes as Surya Namaskara. The Surya Namaskara mantra, the Surya Namaskara, the Bija mantra, and everything comes from Sanskrit. Hiranmayena patrena satyashyati hitam tatvam pushanya pavruno Satya Dharmaya Drishte. It means we are praying to a sun god to take towards the truth. The truth is where we are looking out for the devotional truth. As Swamiji and Acharyaji were talking about Om, the chanting of Om, it stimulates your brain, heart, and stomach. So just that chanting of Om, it has a lot of beneficial, the physical and mental beneficial. The mantras of all this, the 12 mantras what we chant during Surya Namaskara mantra, it is the Mitraya Namaha, everything starts with Om.